All right, guys, we're back at it again. Episode 171, Third Eye Truth Theorem podcast. Back at 8 o'clock. It is April 8th, 2026, downtown St. Joseph, Michigan. I am James Gill, your host. This is Joe Hill, the co-host. Still going strong from his hiatus from drinking for Lent. Good job, Joe.
Thank you. That's right.
All right, guys, we have a special guest on tonight. She is a comedian from South Bend, Indiana. She owns her own comedy club, I should say, the Drop Comedy Club in South Bend. She's been on such shows as the comedy clubs as the Montreal Comedy Club and the Laugh Factory. We want to give a warm welcome to Heather Mae. Thank you for joining us today.
Cheers. Thank you for having me.
All right. Welcome to the show. How are you today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good.
Oh,
this is
yeah.
all right.
It's got a bite to it.
I haven't had that
In a long time. I just heard the old man come out of you.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, I have my own ice if you need to put it on some ice.
Oh, okay. Is that what you're just drinking? Is this that?
Well, no, this is non-alcoholic.
Oh,
aloe juice.
Good for you.
Aloe juice.
Who's old now? Jesus.
All of us.
Oh yeah.
It's the first time I'm ever meeting you, so I can ask all these questions and be really intrigued because I don't know half the stuff that who you are and stuff like that. So let's get into it and start at high school because we always like to ask, where'd you come from? Where'd you grow up? What high school? What was the mascot? Because I like to find out what mascots are.
Oh, good. I know all these answers.
Sweet.
I grew up in Michigan City, actually.
Oh, there you go.
Not too far from
You're not
here.
that too far.
Not too far. I graduated at a time where we had middle school, junior high, and high school. So it was like 6th and 7th at a middle school. It was a very strange structure.
That's how.
And then
around here.
8th and 9th was junior high, and then 10th through 12th was the high school. So it was Michigan City High School, and our mascot was a wolf.
Are they the Wolves? I
Yeah,
can't remember.
I'm pretty sure they still are.
I know, but I just couldn't. I thought there was something else. I thought they were the Eagles.
Weird Eagles.
Yeah, I thought they were an eagle.
They used to have 2 high schools, Rogers and Elston.
That's probably where you get it mixed up.
Maybe.
Elston Devils,
maybe.
and I'm not sure what Rogers was.
So after high school, what'd you do after that?
Well, I went straight to Bible college.
What?
Are you serious?
I am serious, and I was just listening.
I would have never thought that
Actually,
in a million years.
Is it hard for people to take you seriously? I should ask you that question because you
I
are a
have had
comedian
people. It didn't used to be, but I have had people now say to me, "I never know when you're being serious," and I'm like, "Oh, well,
shit.
well, I mean,
I'm
I think I'm sarcastic, but I think I'm usually most of the time being sincere." And
it's okay. I'm drinking wine out of a beer glass, so it's all right.
yeah, with a fireball as a chaser.
Yeah,
that's real wild. That should be Boone's Farm.
That's a great combo, Joe.
I know, that's what I keep telling myself right now. So you went to Bible?
I did.
Where is there a Bible college?
So I went to multiple schools. I started out at Kentucky Christian College. Now it's university. Not sure what it took to get that change in distinction. For 1 year, it was in Grayson, Kentucky, a dry county.
Oh God!
I still managed to meet the townies.
Yeah,
I don't know. For a dry county and a Bible school, Bible college, that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, it was right on the Bible Belt in the mountains.
That kind of makes sense to me.
Yeah. I was very religious in high school, and I think I was a psychology major to start out, but I was only at Kentucky Christian for 1 year. They had very strict rules. It was 8 hours from home. My dad was ill, and I just needed to get closer. So this is actually kind of a fun story. I needed to just look for another, still important to me to have a Christian college. So I Googled Indiana Christian colleges, and Goshen College popped up.
Yeah.
And I had really no idea at that point what a Mennonite was. I applied, got in, and showed up to orientation like without a clue in like what I was getting into.
Is that Amish people?
It semi,
They're
yeah.
like
They're like
Amish people that get to go
liberal
to yeah.
Amish.
Yeah.
Is kind of how I
Kind
view
of
it.
sad I knew that.
And it was also a liberal arts school, so it was kind of an oxymoron. Their rules were way more relaxed than my first college. Like you could get demerits for like weird random things in Kentucky. And at Goshen, I think the first weekend with my roommate, I was like bonging a beer for the first time. So it was
You did that in college?
yeah, for the first time. Yeah.
First time, yeah.
God, I did that in high school. Shit.
Yeah. I didn't do a keg stand until I was in my 30s. I missed some things.
You missed a lot.
I missed
few
some things.
Yeah.
I was actually pretty good at a keg stand considering.
Did you do it by yourself or did you have someone hold your
Of
feet?
course somebody. Yeah.
Okay. Then I can't do it by myself.
I was going to ask you that. Can
Hell
you do it by
no.
yourself? I don't think I've ever seen anybody do it by themselves.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers
I
to
can't
that.
cheers with water, so.
Yeah, you got this. This is gonna be rough.
Oh, wait, Wolfman Jack.
You're welcome. Courtesy of Mark Darden and our freezer.
Burning. It's not like supplements.
Now, Rumplemans was from high school. That shit gave me, I think, actually middle school.
Oh,
gave me-
really?
oh, yeah. I'm pretty sure I had
I love
alcohol
Rumplemans.
poisoning from that. It was
Oh,
not,
that'll
not good,
definitely do
not
it to
good.
you.
So I don't drink that ever
What year did you
anymore.
graduate?
2002.
Oh, I'm older than you. That's why you say supplements in high school and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It makes a lot of sense because I didn't know. I knew supplements more in my high school. My high school. So I've been drinking supplements for a while.
You have?
Yeah. You think it was my first rodeo and having
I
with you?
kind of thought it was, but yeah. The way you
Didn't go
you
down
did that
smooth?
same look that you
Oh.
did with the fireball.
This fireball is rough though. It's a lot of
Yeah.
cinnamon-y.
Yeah.
It is.
It is rough. It
cinnamon.
It is rough. It can be rough.
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I might have something.
You doing what?
I might have something to spice it up a little bit.
Oh.
So so you're going to college
Mm-hmm.
and you went to Goshen.
Yep.
Did you still study?
I made it through maybe one semester of psychology and switched to teaching. And I added a youth ministry minor.
You're still sticking with this whole.
Listen,
You're like
there's some good stuff in here. I haven't written any material about it, but it's just making you laugh. So
It's because anybody that's in comedy I'm not expecting them to
Yeah.
say they went to anything Bible-y school
Yeah,
type
and-
scenario. So
yeah,
yeah, that's
and-
why I'm kind of
and
laughing at this.
there was a shift in my experience.
we'll probably get to it.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah. So I changed to elementary education, special education with a youth ministry minor.
Good for you though, dog, for special ed stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. I taught special ed for 20 years.
Oh, really?
I just left
Yeah.
education. This is the second school year I've been out. which-
I give you and all the special ed teachers credit because I was in special ed for math
Mhm.
and got out because I stopped putting my numbers backwards. They actually taught me how to slow down a little bit and understand not put my numbers backwards. But I
Mhm.
was still in special ed for English just because my mind was going faster than my mouth was going. So the teacher
Mhm.
saying, you might as well just stay all 4 years. I'm like, all right, it's
Yeah.
easier class anyways.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but
It's amazing what special ed can do. A lot of people think it's
They-
a life sentence. And
they care more.
Mm.
Special ed teachers care more. That's
They
what
have
does- it
to.
does
They
seem-
have to because they're the ones getting their asses kicked.
That's what I love about it. But we didn't have anybody that was really out there and bad and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That most people think special ed kids ride the short bus. No, we don't ride the short bus. We just act like it sometimes.
Mhm.
But no, not at all.
Where did you grow up here?
Yeah, born and raised
Okay.
in this town.
Oh,
Then I went
It's
to
a pretty small town then if you didn't have a wide range of
You were special ed?
for
did not know
math and
like a learning disability.
yeah,
Oh,
solid learning disability.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm dyslexic.
See, when
so-
you get that idea of special ed, it's like they're, I don't know, have some kind of mental issues or
hmm
you know what I mean? It just,
Yeah.
that's the first
It's not.
image you would get as far as
oh well,
trying to define it.
schools and movie schools and TV shows and stuff like that made that like that.
Yeah.
I think I didn't know until like I was in college taking special ed courses. Some of the kids were going to different classes because I had no idea that there were kids with I mean, I think maybe I knew what a learning disability was, but I had no idea that they were going to a different class than me. The only like disabilities you tend to see are more significant ones, maybe like Down syndrome or somebody in a wheelchair or something like that. So
how was your first day?
As
Teaching?
a special ed teacher? Do you really? This is oh God.
Zappo, you're my only friend.
I'm not in education anymore, so I think I can tell this story. My first day of students, I started out special ed preschool coordinator for one of our preschool sites. So I taught special ed, but I also supervised that preschool site. Then I did some like private school stuff. And the very first day of orientation, a parent that I recognized from our local exotic dancing club was one of my.
This story keeps.
Wait a minute.
I know.
Hold
I'm
up.
taking some risks telling this story, but
Hold up.
Yeah.
Say that again.
Exotic dancing.
Class.
It was orientation. So we had like open house. So the parents would bring their students in. We get to know them. They'd talk, meet the teacher.
Yeah.
And there's a woman standing there that I knew from the local exotic dancing club.
Yeah.
Really? So I had and I didn't pick up on the cue that I was not supposed to like acknowledge that. And I'm like, hey, and she's like, it had been longer than that. It was while I was in college, but
great show last night.
But
you're awesome.
I just thought she didn't recognize me. And meanwhile, she's like, probably like,
I remember you from spin class.
Yeah.
Spinning some other way.
Yeah. And so I was like, Heather, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, oh, and I just got real big. And I wish I had never just pretended because it was nothing but problems all year long. And then you're in a weird spot. Like, what do you do? Like, they got away with everything.
So how did she take it though? When you finally, when you guys, your eyes connected,
like when
did she get all,
then it was just a mutual, maybe a little. And then it was just a mutual understanding. Oh, and then we didn't speak it ever. Like nothing was said out loud that indicated anything. It was just after the fact. I was like, why did I do that? I could have gotten through that whole thing and never acknowledged. And whether she recognized me or not is neither here nor there.
That had to be an awkward moment. It was probably really awkward.
It was a little bit awkward. Yeah.
No, I'll pass.
No,
was
but
that Paul Walker?
It's a Paul Walker.
Oh, no.
Nuh-uh. That's what that's called?
No, we named it.
Also, God rest his soul.
We named it because he went really fast, then blew.
Oh. Is it strictly Fireball and Red Bull?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Fire. Okay. Listen, I might be a comedian, but I'm not always quick on the uptake.
I knew I had this for a reason.
Ooh, that's great.
Now you feel better?
Oh, fuck yeah.
That's much better.
It still tasted.
Old Paul Walker never let you down.
Nope, never let me down.
Oh. I'm gonna try one of those one of these days. I had a Vegas bomb the other night, and that was the first Vegas bomb in probably 12 years.
Yeah.
And they served it like a drink, so I paced myself, and it was no big deal.
That wasn't that pretty. That was pretty good. Pretty tasty. It's not bad, is it?
Oh no,
it's pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Want some Red Bull? I have some left.
I would love some because I have ice here.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Pass it over.
We're too old for this Red Bull, it's bad for our hearts.
Okay.
The Fireball is so much better.
I'm gonna live to be 110, I always say, because only the good die young. So cheers.
Cheers to that. My spiritual leader that did my birth chart said I'm gonna live to 100, and I don't want that.
This is so much better with it. Man.
You don't want to live a long age?
I would like to,
pass that Red Bull can if there's anything left of Scott.
Oh yes.
There you go, Scott. I'll hook you up. You just got to figure out how to mix it now, buddy.
Oh, it's no cup over there.
There's that Yeti cup.
There's that Joe's juice bottle right there.
Oh, you're just gonna. I got mine already about it. So you went to your special ed teacher.
Mm-hmm.
You've done that for how long? You said 20 years?
Close to 20 years.
Close to 20 years.
Yep.
Is that still a mixture with what the club that you own and stuff like that?
Yes and no.
Okay.
So I think and we'll have to maybe back up later, but I
Yeah.
think, when I got involved with doing comedy and was a full-time special ed teacher at that point, a lot of, I don't know, I connected with the people in a different sort of way. I called it finding my weirdo tribe.
Yeah.
And we bonded on, on trauma and on our own little idiosyncrasies. And so I have carried a lot of the practices from special ed into how I run my comedy club. So we have sensory supports in our green room, like fidgets and things like that.
Yeah.
And they're the most used because I like to call it the trifecta of comics, like autism, ADHD, and anxiety pretty much run rampant. So
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that out of it. So with you, I'm going to go back a little bit. So
Mhm.
while you're in college and then you got your degree, how many other schools did you go to? Because you said so far just a semester, a year. So pretty much right
Yeah.
now you only got a year and a half in.
I finished my undergrad at Goshen College,
Goshen
and
College.
it took me a total of 6 years. They require
Holy
like a
moly.
study service term where you're supposed to go out of country, and I was supposed to go to Senegal. So I took like extra French
Where?
for Senegal.
Where the
It's
hell is that
an
at?
African country.
Why am I
And-
looking at you like I didn't know what that is?
You didn't.
I didn't, but what, you're
Sorry.
like,
I don't
I'm
know
supposed-
anything more
like
because
I'm-
I didn't end up going. But
like I didn't know where it is.
Did you know what it was?
No,
Okay. So
you
what
gave me a look like, why did you not know that?
Yeah. Why didn't you know that?
I know a lot of shit, but
Not
no,
that.
not that. Sorry. Heaven forbid I didn't know that one.
I didn't get to go anyway. I picked
Is-
it because it was a French-speaking country on the list, and
On
I
top
had
of it, it's a
taken
French speaking. I didn't
Yeah,
know.
yeah. I
Was
had
it
taken French in high
Yeah,
school,
French had that for a
so
while.
but and that my French was stronger than my Spanish.
Can you
But-
speak it?
Not well. I can if I
You just say, can you? Are you gonna say you can say the cuss words?
no.
Oh, thank God.
No, I was at a Bible college.
I like to know some cuss words.
Still
in-
at the
in
Mennonite
French.
college.
French,
I like to know some cuss words in French. That'd be kind of cool. People wouldn't know the
Watch
hell.
your French. Excuse my French.
Excuse
That's
my
Excusez-moi.
We.
That's all. Yeah, that's all you get.
Oui, oui. I
People-
can say some phrases if
people
I
don't say.
think about it.
For Beyonce.
Oh, okay. What does that mean?
Hello, how are you? That's all I know.
Mm,
Then we is yes. That's all I know. Those are 3 words.
It's pretty good.
Better than my
Yeah.
Spanish. I
Yeah.
can't roll my R's.
Oh, yeah, I'm not great at that either. I think
Yeah,
that's
let's not get on that
why
road.
I stuck with
Yeah,
French.
don't go back to that, please.
Um,
So yeah, so it took me a little bit longer because I had to take some replacement, like cultural classes, because I didn't end up doing the study service.
Oh,
term.
so they mandatory you have to go
Mhm.
overseas somewhere
and I
to
mean,
do a degree in
it's a study and a service. So you do 6 weeks of service in the area, and so some people would be teachers. That
Yeah.
might have been what I would have been assigned to. Some build, an orphanage or something. I'm just using examples. These might
Yeah.
not even be
It's
accurate,
okay.
but and then the other 6 weeks you are studying the culture, and you go with a group from the college, and there's like host parents that are on the trip. And that's about the best description I can give
so
since I didn't go.
so after that you graduated. Now
Mhm.
we're into graduation. Now you're past that. You got stuck in a school in South Bend or in your own town or in Goshen?
I actually ended up in Mishawaka schools
Penn?
because so next door to Penn. And at that time, their special ed was
Yeah.
joint. So Penn and
Rockford.
Mishawaka had they shared special ed services. It was called joint services.
Yeah.
So that's who hired me. And I ended up in a Mishawaka school, and that's where I ended. I ended as an administrator with a director of special ed license.
I have a lot of friends in Penn and in Riley, so
Yeah,
I always went up there and partied with them a lot. Yep.
familiar with them all. I
Yeah,
always thought
me
that
too.
Mishawaka was kind of in the middle of the road, and
Yeah.
of all of the things. I loved Mishawaka for a long time.
So when you got that, and is that the only school you were at?
No, I was with the preschool though for probably the majority, probably about 12 of the years. And go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead. I have a question after that then.
Okay. Can I anticipate your question maybe?
I was just curious, how do they know how they're anything special ed at that young age? They don't know.
They do know. So they have a category called developmental delay that sometimes encapsulates like learning disabilities, but typically those kids actually with early intervening services end up not qualifying for special ed when they go on to kindergarten because they got the little boost that they needed. But it's we're mandated to provide special education services to children 3 to 5 after they age out of a program called First Steps, which is it's referral by doctor, and you can get services. So they have in public school, at least while it's funded, we'll see.
Because when I was in special ed, they didn't know, but you probably didn't know this. A lot of actually special ed kids, half of them, they always say half, are somewhat geniuses. In some way, shape, or form, they're smart as hell in some awkward way of like math.
Yeah. So you're talking about Rain Man type of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One conquers the better. It's like if, like they always say, if someone's blind, the other senses kick in. They intensify. It's just like someone that was special ed. I'm still trying to learn mine.
Just superpowers. I don't think you have any.
I think mine is memory, because I have a great memory. I hate that. I
remember everything.
I remember everything.
What about that time that I showed you that picture?
That doesn't help. You need to give me a time and date. You show me a lot of pictures. I know. You go show me a lot of pictures. I can tell you the picture.
Like
last
important picture.
I'll show you. But sorry, we ramble back and forth.
I was trying to figure out what you
my special powers.
Yeah. I don't see it.
I don't see it either. I think it's gone. After that, what made you go into comedy? That's what I'm kind of curious.
So I didn't really know much about comedy, and aside from going on cruises with my grandma, which I didn't even really
with the grandma.
Oh yeah.
Of all the people you want to cruise with your grandma, you couldn't.
Grandma and grandpa at first, and then he passed. Then my grandma was
this later on in life or adult life?
So yeah, I had a pretty rough upbringing, and my parents were. We lived in poverty, and my grandparents were very wealthy. So in my later years in teenage,
they're going on cruises.
Times when my mom was sick, my grandparents would take me over the summers and take me on a lot of trips.
Yeah.
And then as I went into college, my mom had passed at that point, and I had godparents, but my grandparents would still take me on pretty nice trips. My grandma took me across the country across the world we did a trip to England, Paris, and Rome. Yeah, nice. On a tourist trip. It was amazing.
I'm really jealous now.
Like a couple weeks, or
it was like 11 days,
11
and
days.
I was like 30 or something. But it's still she wanted to go to Paris one more time. She had gone many, many times, and she was like, "I just want one more time before I die." And I was like, "I will be your wing woman."
Yes.
And we had a great time.
So how was the trip? I mean, what did you experience on that trip?
The first, I don't know, 24 hours were kind of freaky because my grandma's flight, she was coming from Florida. Her flight got delayed, and I ended up hitting London a lot sooner than her. And I'd never been in a country by myself. Luckily, it's London. I mean, they speak English, but I didn't understand the street signs. I had to get myself to.
Did you drive yourself?
We didn't get cars. We were
Okay.
I say that like
London's
it's so
pretty
scary.
damn big.
They're the
And
opposite. No, they drive by the left side.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we're on a tourist bus. Like I'm not alone. Like I did have to get 2 places myself.
Okay.
Like from the hotel. Like we had tickets to see Chicago. And it was very important to my grandma that I went and
Wait a minute.
saw that.
The musical?
Yes.
Oh, I love that musical.
It was very good, but I was on like 5-hour energies and no sleep from the flight, passing out
yeah.
like in the seat. But it was so difficult to find. And after that, I mean, I don't know. It was a learning experience and I was happy kind of that it happened. Not that she was late, but that I had to experience something a little bit out of my comfort zone.
You actually are out of your comfort zone because you weren't with your grandma. You weren't with anybody and you experienced on your own. I mean, at 30, I could have done it, but at 30, that's just something. If I'm in a different country, I'll be kind of nervous myself though.
Yeah, I guess you would, but
totally different country.
Still be a great experience.
And the exploring was good. Like if I didn't have to find that damn theater,
yeah,
it would have been a little bit just kind of walking around and checking things out. But I found Trafalgar Square, and that's a really historic spot.
Were the people nice?
Yeah, I mean for the most part, yeah. They have their swears that they love. Are we allowed to swear on this podcast?
Yeah, okay. Go right fucking ahead.
Okay. All right, good. Thank you. I was watching for clues, but you guys are being pretty clean. It's because I started with the religious stuff, huh?
Yeah, that's
right. Not me. I just didn't have a chance to say anything.
All right.
All right.
They do love to say fuck. But other than that, I mean, they were mostly polite. My grandma arrived eventually. I had already made friends with people on the tourist bus that kind of took me in. So I don't know.
So how did they get involved with the comedy though? We got off on a tangent. I was diagnosed with my ADHD at 37. Squirrel.
Because that's how it happens for women. But anyway, so squirrel. You asked how I got involved with comedy, and I started by saying I didn't really even connect it back to going to comedy shows on cruises with my grandparents. Like I'd go to the early show, which was clean, and then they would go to bed and I would go back to see the late dirty show.
So they had 2 different shows on a cruise?
Yeah. Actually, being a cruise comic is very complicated because you have to know a specific amount of clean material because you perform every night.
Yeah.
And then you have to at least be able to adapt that set to not clean. And it's not necessarily content like dirty, like doesn't have to be about sex or whatever, but you got to be dropping F-bombs. And I don't know if that's like in the criteria, but it seems like there has to be a difference between the two. So
on a cruise, would you have to have, since you saw some, I haven't been on one, at least a comedy show. Do you have to have material to hold for 7 days?
So that's actually something I helped work on or brainstorm with one of the Carnival cruise ship. I'm not sure exactly what his role is, but he's a comedian that does cruise ships for Carnival. Tommy Drake, I think is his name. I met him at Just for Laughs, and they sent him there to kind of come up with ways that they could sustain comedians being able to fulfill a full 7 days. And through our talking, I thought he had a phenomenal idea of having one comic start out on the cruise, wherever the port is, do 3 days because you would need 3 different sets, clean and dirty. And I think they needed like a half an hour each. So an hour and a half of material, clean and dirty, which is pretty significant. Because it's the same people coming back.
Yeah,
if you like comedy, it's going to be the same people that are coming. And so his idea was then when you get to one of the ports, they would fly in a replacement comedian. Yes. And that person would take over for the remainder of the cruise. And the goal of like creating partnerships with comedy clubs was that then they could fly that comic that was on the cruise to their next gig. And if they could coordinate with comedy clubs,
suck.
Actually,
to fly?
No.
That would suck.
Oh, it would save us so much because we can't always afford travel costs.
I know. No, I meant not that part. That would suck. I just thought about it. You're only going from port to port, so it's only about 2 to 3 days, and that
was the whole point.
I know.
Yeah.
I would want the whole fucking trip.
Now, some comics do. It's just that
Do you have enough material to last the 7 days?
Well, if you're-
historically they used to.
Yeah.
if you only
Like, I
have
think
yeah
we're weaker now.
Yeah.
yeah if you're I saw what you said. If pretty much if you have
Yeah.
enough material, you could do one whole rant and
Oh, yeah.
story that could last 15 minutes and do another story and joke around and laugh about it. You have that, and so you have your half hour.
And if you're really skilled at crowd work, which is so
That's
It's
popular
more
now.
now than anything.
Yeah.
Back then, when we were always talking about our favorite comedians, I think yours was what?
No.
Richard Pryor.
Don Rickles did
Don
a lot of crowd work when he was
Yeah, that's true.
doing stand up. Yeah, he did a lot of crowd work.
But most people like Eddie Murphy always did his
He has
a skit routine where he doesn't do anything. He can tell stories, and their stories last forever.
Mhm.
And stuff like that. If you're on a cruise ship, yeah, I could see that. I could see it last, but I would want the whole damn trip.
Make sure you have that material.
Yeah. And there are I actually try to help refer comics to cruise ships, or at least give them guidance on what it would take, because the pay is good.
Yeah.
And you're getting a free trip. And like, if you are able to do clean and non-clean material, you are very versatile. You're going to be wanted also for corporate gigs that pay massive amounts of money.
Yeah.
Because it is harder to be a clean comedian.
You ever done a corporate event?
Me?
No. Yeah, the person next to you.
No, I have booked other. I'm not clean.
No, I meant, have you ever done a corporate event though?
No, because
You don't have to be clean on a corporate
I have
event.
done the closest I've come as I worked a casino that was I think PG-13. So I had to adapt my set so like my set and material is mostly sexualized, and nothing in there about Bible college or the true love purity class that I taught while I was in Bible college.
Wow,
We can come back to that.
You left that out.
Yeah. Well, it didn't come up, but now it is. So none of that's in there. So I will adjust by making gestures or using a different word choice or innuendo and try to lean into being charming. And I've mostly been able to get away with it. And also if I know ahead of time that that's the criteria, I usually would not accept the gig. But every once in a while you get booked and then they tell you, a couple hours before, hey, by the way, we need you to work PG-13, whatever. And I'm like, oh.
How often do you write your material? Do you write every day, or is there a method behind your madness?
And I'm not a good example. So the majority of my work really is in producing and managing comics at this point, and producing our shows. So I don't get to perform nearly as much as I would like, but also where I really thrive and come alive is in creating opportunities for other comics. So I love being on stage, and I wish I could do it more, but I'm lucky if I'm up twice a month at this point. For a while, I was getting into a groove, and I was doing like up to 30 minutes, which I was really proud of. I have all of that material that's pretty crafted. And for a feature set, you need a solid 20. So I was starting to start writing some of the darker stuff from my childhood, some of the trauma. I have a couple of bits written and nowhere to insert them into this like completely. I think the recommendation was to start with the dark stuff, which does sort of make sense, because then everything after is kind of like, this tracks. Like we get like you're this mess because not your daddy issues, but your mommy issues, whatever.
So besides the, I'm going to skip ahead.
Okay.
Just because I'm kind of curious. So when you where did you open up your place up at?
Okay. I'll have to backtrack a little bit, and it's so the comedy club that I own is the Drop Comedy Club, and it's touted as a club for comedians by comedians. So it actually opened 14 years ago by two different guys inside of inside of a diner, the Dewdrop Inn, and
I thought you were gonna say, damn it.
it was right next to the police station. So that was.
I was thinking the Funny Bone.
Oh no, I think there was some.
Yeah.
You know what? Never mind. I'm not going to go there. But the Funny Bone is in South Bend.
Was in South
Yes,
Bend, yeah.
and some of the comics that are still comedians in our area went to Funny Bone or performed at Funny Bone. Some of them did not. It was before I moved to the area, so they were actually already closed when I moved
they
there.
closed for a while.
Yeah. So the Drop opened. 2 gentlemen started it. They worked with the owner of the Dewdrop, and she invested quite a bit into them. And they started their first weekend headliner was actually Chris Red that ended up going on.
Really?
Yeah.
Saturday Night Live,
Yeah. He graduated and went to school with one of the original owners.
Yeah.
Oh,
And people used to love to promise they could get me Chris Red. And what a cool story. Cause I love, like after he made it on SNL, like, oh, come back to this. It was his first headlining too. So
Oh,
that
really?
was their
Yeah.
first, if
Has he
memory
come back?
serves me correctly. No,
Oh.
nobody was ever. In fact, if I looked at my phone right now, there is a phone number that is saved under Chris Red, but imagine how long ago, like that's definitely
haven't
not
called
as,
it?
Probably
no,
changed. Yeah, it's probably changed.
You never
I-
called it at all?
no, no, I did not. One, I don't believe it is his, but I just, first of all, cold calling, get out of here. But also, I wouldn't even text it because that's just not protocol for
Yeah.
like how you would reach out to a comedian. And so it was kind of even weird that I had it. It was more like, no, if you can reach out on my behalf and make the connection or find out who the management is, that would be amazing.
Find channels to go through.
Yeah.
To get to them.
Yeah. And he was at Just for Laughs when I was there. 4 years. It was the year before they went bankrupt, but I didn't get to meet him. So missed opportunity.
All right. I'm going to go backwards again
Yes.
because I was kind of curious where your place is at. And that makes more sense. So you kept it. Actually, I'm going to go with this question. Have you left it the same name as before?
Yes. So and there's more. It's complex. I'm sorry.
It's
So the business actually changed hands a number of times to all men. Usually, comedy is a male dominated industry. And the first time I think it changed from the 2 original owners to a group of 3 or 4 of the guys that showed up and did the open mics, and it's always been boots on the ground. Anybody that's there, that's local, that's getting stage time is also working. And so they took over, and it was just an exchange of pretty much here's the everything that we had. And I think I found out later that part of that was probably because the owner, Dee Dee, had funded so much of everything that what they had in the room. So everything just changed hands. The new guys took over. They were in it for a long time. At some point, I started coming around. I was at a fundraiser event and knew one of the owners and was like, oh my God, like comedy's pretty cool. Like I should come check out this club. And I went on a weekend to a show and the headliner talked to me. And that was all it took. Like give it I think he, what did he call me? I don't know. I had a low cut top on. So it was something in reference to my body. At that point, I was in my 30s. I definitely appreciated the attention. So it wasn't like today. I think that would probably be more frowned upon.
Yeah.
Or at least in the manner that I don't know if it was this one or not, but somebody called me Tits McGee from the stage. Like, so some of those things I don't think would happen as much now. And it wouldn't bother me if it did, but it would bother me maybe as a producer not knowing how a female in my audience would take it. So,
I can get that.
but it drew me in and I started hanging out, going to the open mics, and just that's when I found my weirdo tribe. I just connected with the comics very well, and for a long time was just showing up for open mics and weekend shows, and I would pay on the weekends, and sometimes they would wave me through. And at some point I asked like, hey, can I help out? Can I be a manager? Our managers are not paid positions. They are the comics that put the work in. We couldn't exist without them, but because it's not a not-for-profit, but we aren't profiting. I think we had one year where we profited pretty nicely. I think that was my first year taking over. Anyway, so eventually I became a manager. I was helping out. And then 4 of the owners, all 4 of them moved to Chicago at the same time.
Oh, man.
And so, yeah,
Jeez.
yeah. Listen,
Like,
Sorry,
was-
we're all
there
off
were-
piece.
there were 2
Deuces.
avenues because it was all comics. And at that point, I was not doing stand-up. I had never written a joke. I just loved it. And so there was 2 avenues. You either decide you want to raise your family and like do your big boy job career, or you move out of South Bend to a bigger city for comedy. And so they moved to Chicago and all got a house together. And then one by one, and I don't mean this in a negative way, they just sold their portions until there
Oh.
was one owner left. And I love Zach. He was an amazing owner and he communicated the best he could with us, but he was working full time as a chef in Chicago and trying to run, like he was booking the comics. He like had to make sure we had cash on hand. There was like a bunch of things that were very difficult to do from Chicago.
Yeah.
And eventually I just kind of, when I came in as a woman, I think this is what it was, with more organizational skills and just kind of a sense of how things should be done, and started implementing some things that was well received. And so eventually I just said, do you want a partner or do you want out? And he wanted out. And I didn't feel like I had enough seniority to not ask, or at least open it up to the other managers as to whether they wanted partners. And I knew there was no business schooling, nothing related to any of that in that college experience we talked about.
You let Jesus take the wheel.
I let yes, 100%, 100%. And we've been crashing and burning ever since. But no, so there was one manager who was ironically also soon moving to Chicago, but that didn't matter, that was interested in becoming my partner. We had a partnership for years. He did most of the booking in the beginning, and I handled the like boots on the ground stuff that was going on day to day. He helped me, with the numbers and keep tracking things and finances a little. And that was our first year was 2019. So we had a full year of really prospering.
Damn,
we were
COVID
up
hit.
60%. Yeah. And then
you know what?
COVID hit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so we moved to just online open mic, like virtual open mics. We tried a couple of shows, one fundraiser.
How'd that work out?
The amazing
It's gotta
part
be
of
weird.
it was weird, but we connected with people from all over the world. Like one of my closest friends, Lucy, is from Wales, and she ended up taking over as the weekly host,
Oh,
like
really?
at one point. Yeah. And so people would join. It started picking up traction. We shared it on our page. So it was really for us, we had to bring our costs down to next to zero and still remain relevant.
But where's the cost at?
Maintaining, like we had a Zoom payment, and I think the radio station even canceled our like weekly fees. So they still advertised for us with like about the virtual mic and just general
cool,
stuff.
At least you still kept it going.
But yeah, I think we did the virtual mic for a full year, and unfortunately the spot that we were in was not able to remain, like it was a restaurant. She tried doing like the delivery for the first couple of weeks. That didn't work out. Then the full shutdown, she lost all kinds of product. And when they rolled out like this 5-step plan for Indiana, and there was heavy emphasis on the fact that we could be shut back down at any point, she couldn't risk it. She just financially, she couldn't risk losing all of that. So she decided that she wasn't going to open back up, and we had to figure out what we were going to do. So I went and met with the city. We have downtown South Bend, and I just met with whoever the correct person was at that time and said, do you know of any downtown spots that would be interested in having a comedy club inside of it? Because I didn't have the funding to like open a brick and mortar spot, nor did I know anything about running a bar or have an interest in trying to track down a liquor license. In fact, I got calls for probably 2 years after Dee Dee shut down the Dewdrop asking just about buying her liquor license.
Yeah,
you
because
can,
they can go anywhere.
yeah. Nobody cared about it. Took a long time for the building to
Oh, yeah.
sell, but that liquor license was probably gone pretty quickly. So they helped me craft an email to send out and brainstorm several places. And we ended up in a hotel for 4 years. Started out really, we had a formal contract. It was all very elaborate. Most of the things we learned very quickly that were in the contract didn't make any sense. And so we adjusted on our feet. We started small because there were still a lot of restrictions for COVID. And then they moved us into their this basement space that was perfect. It was a dingy, like comedy club feel.
Yeah.
Kind of. Yeah.
Hey, we know what that's like.
Yeah.
Underground club, like a
flooded several
speakeasy.
times.
Oh,
yeah.
we know what it's like.
Yeah. There was no bar down there, but there was a bar, the main bar they were able to get drinks from. And it was mostly a great experience, and it allowed us to stay open. And we started picking up again.
So I have to ask this.
Mm-hmm.
So he experienced his first time ever doing comedy maybe twice in his life. He only done it twice.
Okay.
But before you ask him that question, because I know what you're going to ask him, probably how did it go and stuff like that. My question is to you actually, is your first time doing stand-up, how did it go for you?
Oh, it probably went more poorly than I thought. But I did. The ironic thing was that I would have been the first owner to have not been a stand-up comedian. But by the time ownership transferred, I was writing jokes and had been booked on a show. I was booked on a show before I had ever written a joke because a guy jumped in my DMs and offered me a paid gig opening for, at that point, a pretty well-known comedian, Kostaki Economopoulos, the Bob and Tom sports reporter guy. Is super funny. It didn't end up being him. It ended up being one of my best comedy friends, Charlie Hester. So I had to start writing jokes. That was in January. The show was in April. I spent my spring break in Chicago doing open mics. I still have my original joke book. It's trash. But there are a couple of bits that made it into that joke book that are still in my set.
So, I mean, how did it go? Did the people
were really receptive. I as soon as you get one laugh, that's all it takes.
So, your second show, when the second time you did it, how was it?
In my mind, all of them were decently good.
Did people laugh?
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah.
Damn.
He's trying to relate to me because I bombed my second time.
So that's very common.
You see that weird look that he gave me with the fucking red
maybe
face?
I shouldn't have let him do that part. I would have been so much kinder.
Yeah.
Did you have a really high first?
The first
experience?
Time, it was so nerve-wracking because I was working there as a bartender, and I opened up. I had 5 minutes, and that was the longest 5 minutes of my life. But at the same time, I still got good laughs off it. But the second time, not so good.
Did you try to do the same material or something?
I did. I did.
Interesting. So usually that happens because comics will use a story, something that really out there that happened to them, and they get a lot of response because it's an extreme story, and there's funny stuff in there. And then they think that they need to do new material every week, and they come back with a different story and it bombs. So I'm actually kind of surprised. What do you think was different?
I think the delivery wasn't what I wanted it to be. I don't think I followed through like I did the first time.
Okay.
So it was a little and then nobody laughed. So I'm trying to scramble and make something light out of it.
Yeah.
And it didn't work.
Yeah.
It didn't work out well.
Didn't someone heckle you?
No, it was a lady heckling. That was the worst part. So I wasn't ready for that.
Yeah.
So
As you shouldn't have to be. I'm a very anti-heckler.
My-
It's a hard thing with crowd work.
and I wanted to go after her.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I really wanted to go say something to her, but I was like, man, I was like sweating, the lights in my eye. I can't really see who actually said it. So I don't know. It was just like a big clusterfuck.
Yeah.
So
You
to
made
speak.
the right choice not going
I
after
really
her.
want. I
It
really
would not
wanted.
have ended how you wanted.
I wanted to tell you go back to bartending, buddy.
Oh yeah.
Because I needed a drink.
Let's
Where
see
did you
do.
do? Where
Well, it
did
was
you
at
do
a-
comedy?
Well, it was one of the bars I work at in town. Not Sandbar, but
Czars.
Czars.
Oh, okay. I know Sandbar.
And then we had once a month comedy night.
Oh,
So
okay.
we
Yeah,
did
it was
that.
every first Thursday of the month.
Yeah.
Okay.
Back then.
We have drop on location shows. Do you guys have any good breweries?
Yeah, actually,
this area?
I'll tell you a couple. There is
Okay.
actually.
Okay.
There's a couple I could tell you.
That we could do that off air, but we
Yeah.
definitely like to know because we are trying to expand our locations for that.
I can tell you a couple of them,
Awesome.
honestly. But I do have two questions.
Mm-hmm.
One for you, one for you now, since they're watching and
Yeah.
they have a question for you. The first question is from Cobra. What is your favorite joke? He wants you to tell it.
Oh, can I tell? I could tell the Cumbrellas joke.
It's
a bit, and
that's
so
fine.
it's like
It says she's got to tell us her favorite joke.
okay. I gotta figure out how far back I gotta go. Okay, I'll give you just a little bit of the back history. I've been married twice and divorced twice. I do have stepkids that I'm still very active in their lives. A 13-year-old girl and a 10-year-old boy. I'm active in their lives through what I call my step baby mama. And so we're just one big happy family.
I respect that because I have a stepdaughter myself, and my family and me still take care of till this day.
Yeah.
After my divorce.
Yeah. Fuck their dad, but
Fuck
you
her
know,
mom. Yeah.
but we have a nice little family structure. So I'm going to start this bit I'm a storytelling comic, so you're
Sweet.
you're gonna get some material, I guess. And I
Okay.
just ran this the other day, so I think it'll go okay. So I told you that I have stepkids, and when my marriage was going all right, I was much more of a family woman. So my neighbors started talking to me again, and I found out that this punk 13-year-old kid was going around the neighborhood talking shit, saying I wear too much makeup. My eyelashes are too long. Which is cool. Good to know I haven't grossly misjudged my target demographic, Michael. That is his first name. I won't use that. I don't even know his last name. There's no FERPA or HIPAA violations here. Good to know I haven't grossly misjudged my target demographic, but I am super petty. So I did have to fuck his dad and tear his family apart.
There you go.
On shows.
Scott's back to it, yeah.
I appreciate this. When I first wrote that, I expected there to always be like a Karen in the audience that would clutch her pearls over that.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's not, I don't think it's ever once happened.
Well, you
but
might get that, but they're not going to show it because half the time you can't see.
Yeah.
How do you know?
I
I've
mean,
been to comedy clubs.
Yeah.
They can't see anything past the first row.
Yeah, that's the problem I had.
I know.
Oh.
You can't see anything
Yeah,
past the first
yeah,
row.
that's the problem
Yeah.
I had.
That's
It's
why
just-
most
Laugh Factory you can, but that's because they're like in a pit very
Yeah.
far from
Yeah.
you. So
Yeah.
it kind of takes away from that. But
That's why most comedians that do not the heckle, but pinpoint people in the first row or the first two rows.
Oh, the crowd work.
Yeah, the
Mhm.
crowd work. They see that because they only can see so far back. After that, the spotlight hits them and they can't see anything farther back than that.
yeah. And you probably don't want to engage with people that are hollering
Yeah.
out stuff you can't see. Did you want me to finish? I know that I stopped because I was doing my joke and
Oh, go
kind
ahead.
of
Yeah. No, go ahead.
Yeah, go
okay. All right. So so I had to fuck his dad. So I normally am looking for Karen in the audience so that I can just say, that's just a joke, guys. His dad is ugly as hell. I definitely fucked his mom. Now I wrote that joke quite a while ago. And obviously at some
would
point
say,
my
"How was
marriage, well, it was made up. That's the thing about comedy, but no heckling.
Half the time.
So at some point, my marriage started going south, and I started thinking about it, and I was like, man, like I didn't really fuck the husband, I didn't really fuck the wife, but like, what if, like, what if I fucked both as parents, tore my own family apart? Real two birds, one stone kind of thing.
Yeah.
Be the villain in my own
Well,
fairy tale.
That would be 3 birds with 1 stone.
3. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
that would.
Oh, yeah. Fuck you, Michael. That's incredible. Nobody has ever pointed that out before, but that's extra petty, and I love it. I love it.
Then you can say that on the side note after if you ever wanted. You can have it.
Yeah.
You can say, yeah, then that'll be.
What are you saying? She can use that?
Yeah, she can.
Yeah.
Use that. It's okay.
I've definitely. I'll be able to listen back to it.
Yeah. That'll be 3 birds. It's okay.
So yeah, honestly, it was just like exhausting that this kid was picking up on these toxic traits so early. Like he's 13 and he's already, in the manosphere. Like Andrew Tate got him, fed him all the red pills, and it's disgusting. So, but like it's just everywhere. I don't know if you guys hear much about the manosphere.
Yeah.
They just had the new documentary come out. It's really quite good.
Netflix.
Yeah. We have this group of new comics who all have this hot take of women tricking them with their penciled in eyebrows and their fake eyelashes. And it's like the same idiots that ain't got shit to say about fake tits that are defying gravity. And I'm tired of it. Now here we go. This is if you are trying to come on these perfectly man-made tits, you guys can't see, but they're real. That was just another lie. But have a problem with these cumbrellas that were literally invented as protective eye equipment for y'all's weak ass aim, then I don't know. Maybe just go fuck yourselves. There's more to it. But there's more to it, but that's the cumbrellas.
That's even better in live instead of watching it on that.
Well, I could interact with you guys a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah.
This is the first time I've ever delivered that on a podcast, so I kind of love it. Now, anytime I'm invited on a podcast and be like, can I just do one bit?
Yes. One joke.
It's okay. Mine are real though.
Yeah, they're not going to protect
Now
much.
your eyebrows aren't.
No.
Yeah, the umbrellas.
But the funny thing is, everybody always says you have long eyelashes. I said
You do actually have
I
nice
said,
eyelashes.
well, thanks. I guess they're mine.
Yeah.
I don't gotta pay for them. I always tell people, I said, sorry, can't help me about it. So my thing is, why do you put them on? Was that just because you want to do a comedy?
No, I actually just really like the way I look in eyelashes. So it's just
You started doing a joke about it?
Somebody said the term to me in just conversation, and I was like, what? And that was how it came up, that they were originally invented for women of the night to protect from getting semen in their eyes. But like that term wasn't coined at that. It was just, that's what eyelashes were invented for. Unfortunately, I have since looked that up, and Snopes has told me that was not a true story. It'd be a lot cooler if it was, like, like the Skins, like, story of the history of condoms is a real thing. So it seemed plausible. But I took my buddy using the term cumbrellas, and then I turned it into the bit.
There you go.
Yeah.
Sorry, I forgot your question. Hard Pass 99 wants to know, what was James set about?
Oh, I was doing did an Arnold Schwarzenegger bit.
Why are you looking at me? I didn't ask you the question.
Did you do the voice?
I did a little bit. Yeah, I did.
Was the voice
let's
not as
see
strong
the
the
voice.
second time?
Let's see.
No.
Let's hear the voice.
No.
look at
I knew that's where you were going with that.
No, that's a true question.
That question is true, but let's hear it.
Yeah.
No.
What the guest wants to hear.
No.
You know what comedians hate?
I'm not a comedian.
Tell me a joke.
I didn't say
this
it.
is in the same line. I'm protecting you. I'm standing up for you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Still, I'm the one that's a bad guy.
Yeah.
No, it's whoever asked for it.
Yeah, Hard Pass 99.
I'll give him a hard pass on that one. Pause.
Do you think about doing comedy again in the future?
I wouldn't mind doing it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind doing it, but I would have to have some
I don't understand.
definitely some material I'm comfortable with.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it was an experience
Mhm.
nonetheless.
I get it.
But it was definitely fun.
Yeah.
It was definitely fun. I learned a lot.
Mhm.
Just I don't know, relax.
Mhm.
And that's the thing I didn't do.
Yeah.
I got a little scared when that first heckle came in. I was like, oh no.
And that's
I was
hard because
dreading that the whole time.
early in our career, I still wouldn't say I'm comfortable with knowing how to respond to hecklers every
Yeah.
time or to
Have
think
you
on
ever
my
got one?
feet. Yeah. In Key West, this was years and years ago. I was somehow able to play off of her. She was just drunk. And so she wasn't per se heckling. Well, she was being interruptive and
Yeah.
she was heckling me, but I was able to just kind of play off of it. And I probably in a charming way told her to shut the fuck up at some point, and it worked. It's a lot better when you do that from the stage. When I've had to ask people to shut the fuck up as a producer of the show, I have literally taken hands from women, always white women,
Really?
always, sometimes bachelorette parties.
How does James say it?
What?
When the bachelorette party comes in, they're what? Oh, come on. You always say it to me.
What?
I'm
What do I
not,
say?
I'm not going to say it because
Well, it's too late now.
No,
You
yeah.
brought it up.
I know.
Spell it out.
Say it.
No,
Write it in the table.
I'll say it later.
Well,
So
No,
you
I
wanted
like
me?
say it.
Well, you wanted me to say it?
No, I like how you say it. It's like we're wooing. I don't know how
Oh.
you say it. Like
Woo
that.
girls?
Oh, the woo girls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's it?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
more to it,
But they are the
Yeah.
out of control woo
Yeah,
girls. I have to
they
be the
get-
woo girl when we start our shows always.
Yeah.
That I like, so I will recognize and be like, oh,
Oh, here they
Okay.
come.
but bachelorette parties, and we haven't had any lately. We love to have big parties, birthday parties, all of that,
Yeah.
but they're drunk when they get there.
Oh yeah.
Or the I've always been called white girl wasted myself.
Oh yeah.
yeah, a lot. Yeah, I've
Yeah.
heard a lot of that.
Yeah.
Your first time, you ever bomb on stage?
I'm sure I have.
Would you know if you did though?
I think I'm a little delusional, honestly. I don't. I have had sets that weren't as great, and then also watched those back and thought it was better. And
Yeah.
I've had sets that I thought were incredible and watched back and was like, oh, that wasn't as great. There's all the places I messed
Right.
up, and I didn't get the laughs that maybe I thought I did. So I'm sure I there have definitely been sets I wasn't prepared for.
I had to stop you, top of the hour.
Yep. Go
But
right ahead.
also, I have a
Don't-
question for after
Okay.
that, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We're at the top of the hour. Third Eye Truth Theorem podcast, episode 171. We have Heather Mae on for our guest tonight. And guys, if you're watching on YouTube, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification button, so you can get all the content that we put out every Monday and Wednesday night at 8 p.m. And we're also doing Sunday episodes too, as well, starting at 1 p.m. Guys, if you like our podcast, like I said, please like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification button. And you can get in the chat and ask questions and do all kinds of things like that. So let's get back to the show. All right.
Okay, so to go with the heckling and everything else, you wouldn't know because you think you did an awesome set. So you wouldn't really know if you got heckled or not, or it bombed, or if it bombed, or anything like that. Like he was asking, you wouldn't know because in your head, you got laughs at jokes that didn't get laughs at another club that for a joke.
Sometimes.
We have a mutual friend. We all have a mutual friend here, Zach Weaver.
Oh yes, I know Zach.
Yeah, he was on the show twice for one for his tattoo shop, the other one for his comedian and his stuff that he does. But with him, he even said, I can do a show here, do the whole skit that I've done before, and get a few laughs at a spot that I didn't think I was going to get a laugh at.
Yes.
But they didn't laugh at the main punchline of the joke. But then if I go to another place, they're rolling their asses off.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you wouldn't know honestly how it goes.
I mean, I don't know. You know it for some people.
Yeah,
And there probably have been times that maybe my set wasn't as good. And there's also some jokes that I know will only get a chuckle or two because it's like an old reference, and I do it like I haven't done it in a long time, but I do it on purpose because I like the joke. I think it's very clever. And then I like am able to just kind of comment on the fact, oh, just a couple of you like know that, whatever. It's a reference to the Misfit toys from Rudolph.
I get that. Actually, I understand.
That just dawned on me too. This is just dawned on me.
Wow. Why you looking at me like that?
I can't look.
Okay, it's okay.
What you talking about?
My next question is actually it goes with the comic side of it. With you first starting off a little bit. My question is actually, then we have another one. If James doesn't have one, I have one right here. But my question is, when you first started off, what was your first place that you did it at?
The first stage that I performed on was my own for open mic. Yeah. And I mean, I had a book in my hands, the mic in the stand.
Wow. You kept your book on the stage?
First at open mic, that's very common. I also have different, and it's partially probably my special ed background, but neurodivergent people sometimes need note cards or notes.
Yeah.
And most of the time, if you have strong energy and are like good at delivering your material, it's very, I mean, now when I first started, I was reading from my book. It was more almost like a theater performance or like a monologue.
Did you make eye contact or at least with the crowd while you're reading it?
That's why I can't read note cards now or my phone. Like some people look at their phone for their notes and I will just lose my place.
Did they really?
Yeah.
I guess I haven't been
a lot of
when you're
comics doing
doing
that.
new material, that's pretty common. And it's to get like at least the starting, like the start of the bit. Or one time, like right after COVID, when I was coming, it was actually the first time I did the Cumbrellas bit. I couldn't remember how it started and I kind of froze, and I was on Laugh Factory's stage and I just acknowledged it. And so maybe this would have been a bomb. I didn't take it as such because the crowd was so encouraging, but I realized that I could not remember how it started. I had like the notes on the chair with like the way that it started out. I told them, hey, I haven't done comedy in 18 months, y'all. Like, I really wanted, this is a brand new joke. I really want to like deliver this well. I looked at the seat, got my starting point, and thank God I did, because that was the start of the Cumbrellas, and it was very well received, and I've kept it in ever since. So, and the crowd cheered for me. Now, not every crowd's going to be like that, and comics maybe, I don't think in this case comics talk shit, but there might be comics that would talk shit about that situation. But I figured for me it was better to just own it than to look like I was frozen or to skip the bit altogether, because what if I didn't keep it after that? So
what is it like to hang around other comedians? What are they like behind the scenes or when they're not on the stage and performing? You guys running jokes past each other to see if they are funny or not, or
sometimes. And behind, I mean, just like all people, it's a wide variety, but for the most part, a lot of comedians that are really electric on stage are very quiet off stage, or we all have some social quirks, I would say, or just things about us that, I don't know exactly how to describe it, but we're all weirdos. That's why we connect. And for a lot of comics, getting on stage is the place where they come alive and they're able to work past all of those fears. It's a strange, like I'm nervous every single time I get on a stage until I get through the first line probably. And it's like literally a pit that will leave my stomach. I don't know if that's the same for other comics. I think probably for some, and like I said, I don't get to perform that much, but I've been in comedy for 7 years and that's never once gone away. I am just as nervous every time as the first time. And usually once I get going, the nervousness goes away.
So how you just said that you don't perform anymore. So when you open up your club, you don't do a 20-minute set
No.
at all?
And I know a lot of clubs, that is how they operate. I did do a lot more guest spots when I was early in because I needed places to be able to
Yeah.
practice and whatnot. But I really like to run my room and produce my shows when I'm there. So I'm seating guests and I have a seating chart and I make it a point to interact with my guests quite a bit. And so it's very difficult for me to switch from that into performing on stage. Now, if we have a big name comic, I'm going to make sure that I open for them at least on one of the shows to be able to get that credit and also show them what I can do. And I come up with a plan for somebody to cover the logistical things so that I'm not feeling quite as nervous. But and I featured at my club once, and I guess I technically headlined a fundraiser with 30 minutes is the longest that I've done. But I don't like to take up a lot of stage time at my club. I also have limited stage time to give and
Yeah.
lots of people
Yeah.
looking for it. So, and I don't do a good job of like sending in submissions. I am often asked to do shows before. Occasionally I'll ask. So that's not the standard practice. Comics should be reaching out and submitting to the places that they want to perform and not waiting on somebody to extend an offer to them. I just, because my focus is more on the production of shows and getting comedians booked for shows through management and agency work, I just don't.
Good for you, actually. I was just curious because how the guy that opens up for the Sandbar.
That's a
on
different guy.
comedy-
That's
I know,
different
but when
guy.
he used to, but when
Tell
he
me the
used to,
name offline.
yeah. But when he used to do his own set for
Oh yeah.
for what was it, 20 minutes or so?
Oh, it's not even that.
10. I don't
Probably
know.
10. It's probably 5. Probably
Okay.
5.
But still, he opens up with
Yeah.
a couple jokes
And
for himself.
any independent producers that like are producing bar shows, typically that is why they start to produce a bar, like a show like that.
Yeah.
It's because it creates their own stage time. And that's not a bad thing per se. I do think that in order to have variety and making sure that um it doesn't get stagnant or stale, especially some comics don't have an awareness of when their time is up. Like
Yeah.
they'll keep going.
Keep going. Yeah.
Yeah. But that's very standard for independently produced shows. It also can be standard in comedy clubs. I think that's a little bit more strange if you're the opener every weekend at your comedy club. But I mean, if that's your dream and that's how you got there, then
And
more
that's the
power,
only way
then
to
more
be
power
on,
to you.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, and those people usually also tour. So it's not the worst thing. It's just a lot of times with like bigger comedy clubs, chains, things like that, those are run by booking agencies. So there's not
Yeah.
even like the people who are hosting might be house comics, but the owner isn't anywhere on site.
Right.
So
Is the there what was I gonna say? Is there any comics that came to your club that were pretty much unknown
Mhm.
that you like, man, he's gonna make it, or he or she's gonna make it?
Mhm. And a couple that have done a pretty good job of that in a maybe unique way. Um, and actually, there's several that I still think deserve way more credit than what they do get.
Yeah.
But I would say a comic out of Indianapolis. He goes by Benedict Polizzi. He has a couple of podcasts, and he's known for polite catcalling, or the videos that he does.
Yeah.
He was also on F Boy Island, hosted by Nikki Glazer, like a reality show. And that's probably the thing that kicked him
That's why I know the name.
forward.
Yeah.
Ironically, though, he was like when I brought him to I met him at a comedy competition that I judged in Indy at a club called Jokers, and I was judging with a casting director for America's Got Talent, and the prize was whoever won would get to go out, fly out, and audition for America's Got Talent. He didn't win. My buddy actually did win and didn't go. I was still kind of pissed at him for
Really?
yeah, it was a weird situation. But I saw Benedict, loved his energy. I probably thought that he was a contender for winning. He didn't win. My first weekend that I opened as owner, the guy that won the competition, Ray, was the headliner, and he brought a feature, and then he brought Benedict as a guest spot, and they all stayed at my house, like, because we could, like, they could get more money if they didn't use the hotel,
Right.
and we had a blast. And then I think I gave Benedict a feature spot, not that long after that, and that probably stretched him a little bit. Feature was 20 minutes, and he did great, and I booked him several more times to feature, and the last time that I booked him, the guy that was our radio jock for the radio station that we advertise with reached out to me freaking out that we had Benedict. And he's like, "Benedict is gonna be there?" And I was like, "You mean Ben?" Yeah, like, yes, yeah, he's gonna be there. This was before F-Boy Island, like, he just knew him from the podcasts and from his, like, shorts.
What's the radio station?
U93.
Oh, U93?
We advertise primarily with 97.7, but
Okay.
U93 will, because it's the same company.
Morning show?
Mhm. It's Perm.
Big Perm?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a good friend of mine.
Mine too.
Yeah. So I actually was like, "Well, you're coming to the show."
He was supposed to come on, but he had a call off on a Sunday show. So yeah. Yeah.
Bummer. You should get him back. We should come back together. Big Perm and I did a lot of the Special Olympics activities together.
He never knew who Big Perm was until I showed him a picture. He said, "You don't have a perm."
It's a whole thing
Yeah.
from his high school.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah, I know.
He looks more like Macklemore to me.
Yeah, actually, yeah. He does actually now more. His bald ass. That's kind of cool that you so you're on radio, you get the spots, because they do own that too. So
so they give away our comp tickets on the morning show,
nice.
which is and they've just been really great to us because our budget is negative.
So with Mike, actually, I have to have this question here by a hard pass again. Anyone on Kill Tony?
So I have not been on Kill Tony, but Kill Tony has judged a competition that I was in at Skankfest. He elected, he elected to keep his mouth quiet, actually, which is not. I think somebody must have told him I owned a club or something, because it's not like him to stay quiet in critiquing.
Man, that guy goes after them.
Yeah.
Oh, that whole panel does.
Yeah.
Those guys have they give it no fucks, man.
Look at you.
I couldn't do that one, man.
So I have to ask, with your Bible thumping background,
yes,
is this a skit how you dress when you're on comedian? Because if you're my teacher, I'll be all about it. Damn.
Well,
I'll be honest.
Thank you. I would not reciprocate because that's illegal.
I would learn. You got my attention on how to learn.
I only got in trouble as a teacher for my dress code one time, but it was on my evaluation. And I was not dressed like this.
It was on my
yes, one time I had a drop by like observation, and I had a button down shirt. Yeah. And when I leaned forward, whatever. And also probably, I have a hard time with pants that don't like ride too low and, show your cracks. So it was probably one of those. Anyway, that has nothing to do with how I dress now. I do tend to dress more like this. I'm just comfortable this way. No, but it is also the shtick.
Yeah, no, how you said and how we watched a couple of the episodes was, and how you even said it was your stick was more sexual based, more erotic, more, and that would hit the stick how you're dressing right now and how your show is all the time on when you come on.
Yeah.
And then we saw the one with when you were in Canada, and and that was kind of funny. And you know how
you just unbutton your
and yeah,
blazer.
yeah, your
Oh,
blazer
yeah,
first
yes.
starting off, and he said, "I
Yes.
didn't know how to react here because I'm in
Oh.
Canada the first time," and so
Yeah.
it was kind of funny. So I didn't know if that's the stick that you are pursuing on with because of a comedian.
No, it is how I'm most comfortable. However, my set doesn't work in sweatpants and a t-shirt. Like
Well-
it would be difficult to sell the same jokes, especially and because sometimes there are several jokes where I refer to my outfit. Like I have a bit about being classy and crashy. And then I talk about my low cut tops and my blazers.
Yeah.
Well, so like I don't always
I
have to
like
be
that.
wearing a blazer. I can adjust for that, but I have to at least be wearing something that's low cut or it doesn't work. I can't really do the Cumbrellas joke without the eyelashes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I don't always have eyelashes on in low cut shirts. Sometimes it's sweatpants and whatever, but
You wear
when I
sweatpants?
feel most comfortable and myself, it's this look.
That's awesome. Good for
Yeah,
you.
thanks.
No, good for you. I mean, I give anybody that does not care what the public thinks about them. I think that's fucking awesome about it because that hits everything on the nose because it just shows you for who you are and who you believe in. You're confident in yourself.
Mhm.
Doesn't matter what is out there. Doesn't matter who is out there. I like that.
Yeah.
It's
something I strive for. I can't say I don't, really care.
I really
like,
don't care.
I care what people think. And of course, as
Why?
a teacher,
Just because of your
I think
profession?
I
Your old
think I'm
profession?
someone who seeks validation. I think most comics are people who seek validation. It,
Okay.
goes back to the upbringing and all of those things. But at the same time, it's not so much so that I'm not going to be because of feedback that somebody doesn't like it. Now,
Yeah.
as a teacher, obviously, I had to live
Yeah.
one way, and I would always keep
no,
those
or-
things separate. I didn't do comedy within 45 minutes of Mishawaka while I was a teacher because as an
'Cause
administrator,
You didn't want
You
the
want that-
defiant.
we
You
have
know
a
what the episode that you had with the lady dancer.
yeah, and yes, no kidding. Or like
Or-
the
or-
superintendent
Or your old students coming in. Oh my God.
Right.
That was my teacher.
Right. So we had a clause in our contract as administrators that we were
You had a
not
clause?
to engage in things deemed to be of moral turpitude, or like they could fire us without.
Really?
Yes. And
That's
I-
pretty fucked up.
when I first left one of the bits, you know what? Nope, not gonna relay that one. This is live. But I referenced some hypocrisy in that.
Good
But
political way to get out of
yes,
that.
I referenced some hypocrisy in that.
Yeah.
And also there were several administrators and teachers that liked coming to the club. And so I wasn't worried about them seeing other comedians that were dirty, but I did not want them to see my set and risk. I mean, the things that people complain about
Yeah.
and make
Oh yeah.
so I tried to keep them separate. And I just always thought of it as like,
So-
I am both these people.
If this is the way that makes you feel comfortable right here, the way you dress,
Mhm.
how did you balance that with school and your personal life?
I just
Well, I mean,
yeah, I just recognized that professionally, and I didn't hate the way I dressed for school.
Yeah.
But I had to keep
You had
things
to
in
do it,
mind.
yeah.
I did.
And I just had pretty simple outfits. I would, find a
you
shirt that worked and have it in every color.
get
and
home, like, get out of these
Yeah.
clothes,
Yeah.
get something that you like on, and
Yeah, or at
things
least
of that
sweats.
nature.
Freedom.
That's every woman,
Yeah.
apparently. I don't know. They are getting tighter, it seems.
So many questions.
I
many
love
jokes.
this.
Go ahead. I want to hear the first question you got.
No. It's the fireball.
No.
No, I'm joking.
Okay.
I wish actually. Now, here's my question about Freedom Mae, if you really want to know one. If you really want to know. So with how you did dress with your professional job and how a lot of people actually do have, even bartenders, no offense to you,
I didn't take any offense
I
to
know.
it.
So how bartenders are, they have a day job, they have a professional job where
Yeah.
they are wearing something, then they go to the bartending job, just like how comedian or you or anything like that. So they go one job to another, but they have to dress to their profession, what they're going to make more money on, more money laughters, more money tips, more money, anything out there to get them to show what they have. So that makes them more money. It draws more of a crowd, everything else. That's how people are these days now. Back then, I don't think it was. If you look at the comedians, especially female comedians, there wasn't a lot of them. How you said it was, it meant man dominated type. A lot of women back then.
And you
didn't wear a low cut shirt, didn't wear anything. They were more kind of professional looking, and they went up there to show off that we have a voice, we can tell jokes. Then later on, probably what you want to say? Would you want to say around 99 at least, almost to the 2000s? Where
maybe, but I don't like my knowledge doesn't, because I came in later in the game.
But how women came out more on their whole sexuality more was in the later probably 2000s.
Yeah, that's probably true. And then after Me Too, of course, but that changed a lot of things dynamically on both sides for both male comics and female comics. And how do we operate within, shared spaces and sleeping arrangements and accommodations and all of those things. But I will say that there was a stereotypical looking woman for the most part that traditionally was in comedy up until a certain time. And a woman who maybe dressed in a more sexy or provocative way, or was traditionally more good looking. I'm not saying that's me per se. I'm just saying like that. When that started happening, it was almost like my perception mocked or not respected as much, because it was assumed that we were dressing this way because we weren't funny. Like, so in order to get the laughs or in order to get the attention, we had to dress this certain sort of way. And I think we are now at a place where that I'm not seeing that. There are still some, probably jealous haters. It's probably the women, whatever. But there's still some of it, but not as much. I think it is just much more accepted that there are women of all types doing comedy.
Well, girlfriend, let them hate.
Yeah, listen, trust me.
Oh, stop. I do this shit at work.
Hopefully not the fireball.
God, that would be a lot better if it could. So my next question, I don't know. Do you have any questions?
Yeah, I was going to ask them. Go ahead.
I hate to take another one of your questions.
Yeah, you already did. So
I took another one?
No.
Oh, damn.
Continue.
I'm kind of hoping I did. My next question, actually, what is the most famous person? I'll go off one of his old questions. What was the most famous person that you ever met while you're on tour or doing it, not just at your own club, just anywhere? I was kind of curious.
Like cult classic, probably most famous comic that I booked, and you may laugh, is Jamie Kennedy.
Really?
Yeah.
America's most,
I like him.
Yeah.
I love him. I loved him as
he's a doll.
I loved him as a comic.
Yeah.
Comic. I did.
Yeah. He's a doll. He's a doll. I had him 3-ish years ago at the hotel up in the event space. We had 200 tickets. We sold out at 202. And it was a collab with a buddy of mine who then did the show in Hobart at the Hobart Art Theater the next night. And he was kind of interviewing to become Jamie's manager. He'd done several shows with him. That's how I had met Jamie the first time. He kind of walked me through the ropes of like interacting with, comics that are at that level. And of course, he's got his whole movie history too. And I think Jamie was very skeptical of some things, and I made some mistakes. Like I didn't know to account for expenses before what we had a door deal. So there was probably a minimum, but then after a certain point, it was 80% of the door. Well, I didn't know to ask for $400 of that to be expenses that would be subtracted beforehand.
Yeah.
So I ended up taking a loss because of that, which was a lesson. And at the end, he was like, "Are you sure?" Like at first he was like, "That's not my problem." Like he's talking to me on the phone, hasn't met me in person yet. And then he saw like the production that I put on, how seriously I took it, how the ways I went out of my way to make it unique and special for him. And I'd already had the check cut. So like it was what it was, but it was very sweet of him because he was like, "Are you sure this isn't putting you in a bad spot?" And I was like, "Well, this is a lesson I needed to like I
Yeah.
should have known that was something that you include in the like agreement." And he didn't have a manager at that time to negotiate it for him because
Oh.
typically managers will
Yep.
or
You have to go in between.
either the club or the manager will pitch what the offer is, and the expenses will just be a part of that. Now I know to ask or to include it. But he was really very fun to work with, and of course, because of Malibu's Most Wanted and Scream, there were a lot of people that wanted to meet him.
Yeah.
So. And my buddy did get the management job. He's still Jamie's manager now.
So that's your one person.
That's I would say the cult classic most famous. Right now I meet quite a few comics that are out of New York through the Legion of Skanks or the Gas Digital universe. So Louis J. Gomez, I've met Big J. Oker. Well, the panel for the competition I was in at Skank Fest was judged by Big J. Okerson. Lewis was in the ring. It was the competition was Miss Skank Fest, and so there were 3 rounds. I didn't have to tell any jokes, but I was supposed to have a talent. It's one of the biggest festivals in the country.
It is.
It competes highly with Just for Laughs at this point.
Yeah, it's actually a top 2 because of the name, because people want to watch it just because of the name.
It's the Misfits. It's like
like how she said, it's the Misfit Unmitfit Toys.
Yeah.
It's the people that think they're not able to get a laugh, so they go to this island and they're here and they have a blast. I watch it. I do like it.
You didn't see that competition, did you?
Yes, I did.
Well,
what happened?
Oh, I'm not gonna tell you. I'll let her tell you.
There were 3 rounds.
I'll let her tell you. I don't need to tell you. She was in it.
I did have a nice lap dance with is it I can always get Valerie Vaughn or Veronica? Valerie Vaughn.
That was Veronica.
Veronica Vaughn.
Yeah.
She's one of the Kill Tony. Well, she's a stripper and she's gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And she volunteered for the last round, which was to give a lap dance. And we have some very nice photos that were professionally done that came out of that.
Yes. Professionally done.
I spoke to the photographer and said, "Hey, could you please send me those professionally done photos?" And they could make a calendar.
Yeah.
So it was a good time. I did not win. I didn't there was a talent round. I don't even remember.
You made it far though.
Well, I mean, they didn't eliminate anybody. They made us
do
all 3 rounds.
But
I did prove to Jay that I had an innie, and that went far.
So you couldn't tell me that?
No, I want you.
I
was gonna ask
he wouldn't have used those words, and that was pretty.
I was gonna ask a question
Oh,
about it, but I was gonna ask a question eventually if you did not know any of this. So.
No, I didn't.
So I was gonna let her tell it no matter what.
All right.
Yes.
And then,
I was to be nice because I do
What
look like people up before I book.
Okay,
them.
first of all, what was your
that's just floating around out there.
I do look people up before I book them.
what was your thoughts on that?
On that
whole thing that you saw?
It was awesome because that was a 5th thing that I watched about her. Because I do look people up because I told you just look it up on YouTube because I wanted you to see I already did it, the whole YouTube thing and looked it up. But at least then you're
No,
responsible.
what was your
No,
thoughts
I'm
on
getting
it?
I'm getting there. So when you
Don't
look
beat
that
around the
up,
bush.
you're like, oh wow, she was on Laugh Factory. I went, wow, that's fucking
You
awesome.
could've
They
told
don't
me-
let me do that at Laugh Factory.
You
No,
could've told me that. I would have watched it. You asshole.
I'm gonna let you Google it later.
Oh man.
I'll let her tell the stories, not me tell the stories before you come on.
I want to know your thoughts on it.
Oh, dude, it was awesome.
That's it.
Spot on. I'm not.
So what did you see?
Oh, I'm not gonna tell you.
All right.
I'm not gonna tell you. I'm gonna let you watch it.
Here's the
I
thing.
saw.
I can still watch it.
I even Googled past that to look up.
How
See if I
you're
can
gonna
find.
have to show me how you found that.
I can still watch it.
I thought it was originally
like our man Scott over there. I bet he's already
Oh.
trying to look it up right now.
Scott, pull it up on the screen. I'm
Yeah.
pretending like there's
Yeah.
No. Right here.
Hey, Scott, look up. I'm trying to think of the best way to look it up. Actually,
it was
you know,
streamed through a service.
I know,
during
but
the
what is the what
oh,
Skank Fest or not Skank comedy thing? Just look up that, and then you can see her
would it have
name.
been Miss Skankfest competition.
Yeah, then you go from there with the pictures. Then you can go from there. I'm trying the best way I looked it up.
So I was not supposed to be on Miss Skankfest. That was a volunteer.
That was a
Okay.
volunteer thing.
Yes, it was volunteer. They had encouraged ticket holders to submit. I actually was there for something adjacent. I was booked to do the naked roast. So I'm pretty open with
Who
my
were you roasting?
a guy named Kyle Ruff out of Colorado, who I ironically did know a little bit. We were probably the worst I am not a roast comedian. I just really wanted to get to go to Skankfest and not have they also have a volunteer option. And I would have volunteered. You work half the day and then the rest of the day you just enjoy the festival. But I knew that there was possibly a chance that I could get in for the naked roast because they don't have that many people that volunteer. And I used to host for a sex club, and I'm just not, my body is a body. So I knew I would be comfortable with that part. However, my roasts were not great. But that was the end of the festival. So it was totally fine. I had already had so much fun. But they didn't have anybody sign up for Miss Skankfest, or not enough people. So the guy who booked me for the roast approached me and said, "Hey, I'm wondering if you'll do me a solid. Will you do this Miss Skankfest competition?" And I'm like, "What's it include?" It's it's just 3 rounds. You just show your body off, whatever. And then he turns me over to another gal, Jessica. Theodore. Women. I think we ended up with 12, which was kind of crazy. But I had she was just like, "Show your skin, show your body. That's gonna get you everywhere." I'm like, "Well, done." The first round, I don't even know what the first round was. Why did I flash them? I don't remember, but I flashed them, and then Jay made a comment, said, "I wonder if she has an innie," or he said outie, and I was offended. Whatever he said, I was offended.
I said, "Do you have an outie or?"
Oh, yeah, and I had, pulled my pants down and show my butt, and he said that, and I was, because,
I was thinking you were
it's very
trying to-
nice,
I
so I
thought-
was
I
like,
thought
"How
you were
dare
gonna-
you insinuate it could be outie?"
I thought you were trying to dimples if you had dimples on your backside or not.
No, I've never had those. I thought
So you're really trying to show your butt?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
damn,
I really
thought
no,
it was
yeah.
really
I mean,
trying to
although I was in pretty good shape back in November, I just really did show my
Damn.
butt.
I
But
really
then he said
thought-
that, and so then I just turned around and pulled my pants down in the front and was like, "How dare you?" Of course it's an innie. My claim to fame. Tony from Kill Tony Tony Hinchcliffe was not on the judges panel at that point for the first round.
Oh man.
When he joined, the look of disgust on his face for every single female that came up was enormous.
Oh yeah.
And he did make comments for most everyone, but he did not make any comments when I was up there.
I forgot what year was that?
Just this last November.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, he didn't tell me the year. It was last November.
Mhm.
They didn't tell me the year when it posted on the bottom of it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it was in New Orleans, so it looked very different than any of their other ones. It's going to be in New Orleans again this year.
I love
Yeah, it was a great
Did you
that
get
was
to-
a good choice.
Did you get to go down there and at least sightsee a little bit?
Oh, yeah, yeah. The after party was at Barely Legal.
Was it?
And yeah.
Oh, man, that was
So
an awesome place.
and so we went there and then like left and it was daylight, so we walked around. I didn't
Yeah, that's what
I
happens
didn't
when
get
you-
as much chance to get out and sightsee. A buddy of mine invited me to lunch every day, and I was like, I gotta
How
put
long
this
were you
wig
there
on.
for?
4 days, a Thursday to Sunday. No, I think I left out on Monday. So yeah, I did the whole.
So you weren't down there just to see? Because have you already been?
I've been to New
Oh, okay.
Orleans, yeah, several times. I think this year, when we go, probably as volunteers, unless they'll give
Yeah.
me. I'd like to be a ring girl or something, but probably as volunteers, we will go a little bit early and do some sightseeing.
So I don't know. If is this one of your questions?
No.
Okay. Where have you been to do stand up?
I have been to Key West. I have been to. I've not, aside from Montreal, I have never done comedy outside of the U.S. I've done comedy in New York, New Jersey, Chicago. Chicago's my home away from home. Lots in Indianapolis. That's another place I travel quite a bit.
I love
Okay.
Indy.
Ohio.
Where would you like to go then?
I'd like to perform in Vegas. Vegas is an interesting comedy scene.
Doesn't
But,
matter where though.
Um,
And you would rather be on the like.
it's
Hate
a
to say this.
specific
Would you
show
like to be
for
on?
me.
What, would you like to be on the strip or off strip or downtown?
Probably Fremont Street.
You want to be on Fremont?
I
okay.
would guess.
You want to be old downtown.
I didn't experience that until I had been to Vegas several times, and it was quite the experience.
Oh,
But I
me
would
too.
specifically, there's a show called The Dirty at 12:30 that my buddy hosts, and I would like to do that.
Your
show.
buddy hosts that?
Yeah, Adam Dominguez.
Really?
We just had him here for St. Patrick's Day.
Dude, that place is awesome. Been there.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
I've been there. Last time I was there was 3 years ago.
Okay.
I actually stumbled on it.
Oh.
No, I physically stumbled on
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
We all
thought it
stumble
was-
from
I
time
thought-
to
No, I
time.
thought it was a bar, and I ended up in a comedy bar. I didn't read the words comedy kind type of bar. I just read the word bar.
I bet they love that in Vegas when that
Look
happens.
at you all. I did. I read bar, and they
Just
said
saw a bar.
they said $20. I said okay, here you go, and they said
Shut up now.
yeah. They did. I said you gotta be quiet. I went. Hi. Whoa! I did. I hollered like a madman in that place. And they said, shh. I went, oh, I'm in a comedy bar.
Then
Shit.
gotta be quiet.
I said, where's my drink?
They said that'll be a 2-item minimum,
No.
$24
Yeah.
each.
I didn't care.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
gave him a $50 bill, and I said,
Hell
here
yeah.
you go.
Very cool.
I said, here you
Very
go.
cool.
Or it could have been 100. I really didn't know. I really didn't care.
With cancel culture,
That's awesome.
That's always
that's
a good question.
that's been a big part of everyday life these
Mhm.
days. How does that affect comics, and what is your view on that?
In my opinion, I don't really believe in cancel culture for things that are said on stage per se. I know that that's a controversial take, maybe. I believe in cancel culture for behavior, and many comedians or other, they're probably not canceled enough, but if your actions off stage are unsafe, are, if you have done things sexually to people, if you have committed crimes, not like drug crimes, but like crimes against other people.
Right.
Those are the things I believe that canceling is warranted for. I'll just say it. I don't care. Chris D'Elia should not be back selling out. I mean, like There's plenty of evidence
yeah.
to what he has done in his history.
Yeah.
He should not be on stages, in my opinion.
Yeah, I totally forgot about that.
But something that somebody says on stage rarely. Now, will it get somebody a brand deal canceled? Maybe, especially if it's like a real hot take on something political.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's the same as being canceled. I think canceled means like you can't do shows anymore and you don't have a platform and you can't make money doing this job. And I think that happens very rarely. I think that comics should use their power and their platform for good. And if they're funny enough, they can talk about any topic. One of my favorite abortion jokes was written by a conservative comedian, and it was done so well because he hit both sides of it and like pushed it right to that line where somebody on one of the sides was probably about to get mad and then drew it back to the direct opposite side, and it was beautifully written. I'm not big for shock comics. In my club, I don't have a lot of rules except to, for the most part, shy away from rape material unless it's from your perspective. Or like you're like really, really fucking funny and you can pull it off without like triggering somebody's past trauma.
Right.
But other than, and like you can't be white and say the N-word. Like those are, like things like that.
We had that conversation.
Yeah.
I mean, and there are probably clubs that would allow that. But I do think there are lines, but does it get you canceled? No. Just might get you talked to.
The reason I asked that question, and it's been a big topic lately, the Drewski video.
Oh, yeah.
With the Eric Kirk.
Yeah.
She's apparently suing him. I'm just going by what I hear.
Because she believes that there's reverse racism.
Yeah. And well, not only that, she said some things that was easy to make fun of. Like we all want all the white troops back, take care of the white troops, and they're the ones that we support the most. Just the looking in the camera the certain way. Is it easier for a person to point out those things and then make fun of it, and then actually the person get mad at it and then want to sue you for it? Is it easier for a person to just go off the rails and be triggered by something like that?
I mean, I think of like SNL has been mocking both sides of the political party, and it doesn't have to be political, but like that's their entire thing. And I don't know how often they're sued, but I don't think it's that frequently. Most people take that in jest or as a compliment. Her specifically, like I'm not surprised that she would be triggered and want to sue. And I'll leave my own political beliefs out of it, but to even try to compare that to being the same as using blackface tells you everything you need to know about white privilege, and that she has no idea what blackface, why that was a problem and why it is a problem. This was somebody making a mockery of dumb shit that she's done that, in my opinion, is warranted, but it wasn't tied to years of oppression of the white race, because that doesn't exist.
Or he made a post, or actually a small video, a snippet of why he did it, and he stated that you can forgive a man that killed your husband, but you want to take me to court because I made fun of a situation you did.
She can forgive him biblically.
Yeah.
I just really wanted to say biblically.
Wow.
Allegedly, in my opinion, this is for entertainment purposes only.
So I do have a question before we do wrap it up eventually. My question is, I only have like 3 in my head so far. This one right here, I was really curious about. So when you do your shows, when you did your shows, were you ever nervous about if you were gonna flop or forget something or a word in your head? Like how most comedians, they go on and on, and they don't. You can't tell that they messed up.
Yeah. Yes, constantly. I actually still have a trick. So I write most of the time it's just like the set list, which is like one keyword for
Okay.
each bit, and on a note card, and I fold it in half and I put it in my bra. And
Safe place.
it honestly is
I can't do
just-
that shit.
It's just a trick. Most of the time I don't have to take it out. It is more like a physical just security for me that I recognize at this point. But I remember also like the first time a comic recommended that I go off book and that being scary. And so like the story where I couldn't remember how the Cumbrella joke started. I had it on the stool and I had not just the first word. I had I might have even had the whole joke written out just in case, but all I needed was that starting line. And so, yes, it is a fear of mine. One thing I will do now is I tend to be kind of fast. I will just try to pause, look up, and like hope that the word falls into my brain, which oftentimes it does.
Quick question. And I want you to think fast on this.
Okay.
You have a chance to take 3 comics on a road trip. Who would it be?
Ooh. 3? Can you
3.
go 2?
3.
2. All right.
Anybody, huh?
He said quick.
I know I'm not good at this game. This is what got me on Miss Skankfest. Lewis asked me who my favorite comic was.
He said quick.
And then they mocked me for 30 minutes. Not really. They mocked me for a very long time because I said Karen Feehan, who I do bookings for and who is one of my very favorite comics, but I never am going to probably live that down. But I also have traveled with her to Puerto Rico. So like I got to do that. Gosh, I'd like to say Chappelle, but I don't know if I'd really want to travel with him. Just like to meet him and pick his brain. Travel.
Okay, you don't have to be in the same fucking bus.
Oh, I feel like you do.
Yeah,
like
road trip.
We have a tour coming up.
So you want a road trip?
Yeah,
and you gotta be
3
in the same
comics.
fucking bus.
3 comics.
All right, can I cheat? Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say if you know your 3, I was gonna give you some time to think about it. If you know your 3 right now, go ahead.
Well, I don't know my 3, but I'm pretty stoked about a tour that we have coming up that is going to be just road tripping. It's a Midwest mini run for Zach Amico and the comedic rapper Crack Amico. And yeah. So
I'm gonna have to hear that again.
So coming up June 4th through the 7th, we have the Amico brothers.
Okay.
Co-headliners Zach Amico and comedic rapper Crack Amico.
So I have to ask this question now.
Yes.
Is Crack Amico a comic or is he rap?
He is both. So
sorry, I had to ask this.
Yeah, you're never going to get me off this podcast, but this is a great story.
No, it's all right.
So Zach Amico is co-host of the Real Ass podcast with Louis J. Gomez. Oh. And years ago, they were talking about names and they made a joke. This is just ad-libbed. I'm not sure exactly, but they made a joke and they were like, how cool would it be if there was a rapper named Crack Amico? And then they had a competition to find Crack Amico. And this is the comedian who won that competition. He is a white rapper.
Oh, he
does comedic diss tracks, mostly about other like famous comedians. They're incredible. He had like Boy Spits Bars. He also does political, like he's got Epstein Amnesia is one that just came out. It's brilliant. He's got a whole bit about is it not oh goodness. I'm not going to remember his name right now. It's an Indian comedian whose girl was just on a podcast talking about getting her back blown out by all the frat guys. And so he did a song called Simp.
I can't
think of what
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So anyway, he is brilliant. He performs at Skankfest every year. He's viral on the internet, but hasn't done much touring yet. And then Zach Amico is a stand-up comedian and podcaster.
Yeah.
He does a lot of touring with Lewis.
Yeah.
I wanted to be able to bring Crack Amico last year when I had Louis J. Gomez. I just wanted him to come with him, and like I'm delusional. Like
So-
I just will ask for things and they'll tell me no.
All right.
And then I keep asking until we find a way to make it work.
I have to ask this question. So you're going on tour with these guys?
So it's a mini tour.
So
yep.
how far? I'll let you hype it up. How far and where and what towns are you guys going?
So we're starting in Michigan City at a brewery, which is I
Zorn?
think no,
Damn, I love Zorn.
Burnham.
Burnham?
Burnham.
Oh, Burnham, yes.
Yeah, we just had a
Hell
sold
yeah.
out show
I
at
love
Burnham
Burnham.
last Friday. It
You
was
like Burnham?
incredible.
I like Burnham.
You gonna take me to Burnham?
I'll take you down there.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, you guys can come to the show. It's June
Sweet.
4th.
right, there we go.
So then
Forget him.
we'll be at the Drop for a show there. I'm not on that show because I'm going to produce, and so I have somebody standing in for me. And then we go to Kalamazoo to Shakespeare's Theater,
That's a
and
good
then
place. I
the
like that
last
place.
spot is to be determined, likely in the Detroit area.
Nice. So
I'm just waiting on word.
So you're just going down I-94.
Yeah,
You could have
Yeah.
you could have called it an I-94 tour.
yeah, I could have.
That'd have been awesome.
I mean, I'm saying, yeah, Midwest
I
mini
like the name
tour,
of it.
but they're gonna fly in. We're gonna pick them up in our car, and
Alright.
we're gonna road
Gotcha.
dog it. What's the name of it?
I want to say it's.
Oh, he's gonna Google it. Look at that. We gotta love our guy. So while he's Googling this, and I'm gonna go off to his question. I'm eliminating a lot of my questions now. So this is my last question. This is my last question.
For whose question?
Going off his. So actually hers. So with this tour
Mm-hmm.
that you're gonna be doing, is it you producing it? Are you showing it?
Oh, it's a
Or
great question. It gives me
or
a
are you
chance
doing
to.
are you doing everything with this tour with it?
So it's a great opportunity to announce. So we are producing it.
Okay.
Mark, my life partner and business partner and live-in partner, and I are starting another business with Aaron Putnam called Dead End Kids Presents, and that is what we will be running the tour production, tour schedules, talent management and agent work, some
Nice.
tour managing, and other show productions.
Wow.
We're also looking to start shows down in Puerto Rico. So we've been,
Wait, why Puerto Rico?
because it's an untapped market and it's gorgeous several parts of the year. Don't ask me which months are which, but we were just recently there. They have a lot of resorts. They have one comedy club that is not at any of the resorts. It's a Spanish comedy club. So that's great, but there are no American resort geared comedy clubs in Puerto Rico.
Oh,
It's
really?
just, yeah. And it, from what we're gathering, it seems like most of the resorts actually don't have a lot of nightlife on site. They're referring people to go out into, like what's going on near them. So it's really kind of just an untapped market, and that's a tourist place. And Aaron's wife actually does, she's a yoga instructor, and she's there for parts of the year already. So it kind of just works naturally.
Works out.
We did a comedian
Right.
and yoga retreat together.
I do.
That's when I traveled with
yoga.
Karen, and I don't know if I would recommend it. Comedians and yogis, like
Or the name Karen.
we don't also know how to do yoga, so like
Or
we're
the-
falling over. And
Or the
they're-
name Karen is not.
she doesn't spell it that. She doesn't spell it that way.
Spells it with a Y.
It's Kerryn. It's real cunty.
R?
She would appreciate me saying
Wow.
Karen Feehan,
R.
the star of in Tires.
Real country.
Yeah.
Reagan from Tires.
That's kind of awesome.
Yeah. So she doesn't count like as a Karen.
So, do you want to do a last call for alcohol?
Well, no, yeah, we do that. What we do is last call. You, go around the table, starting with you. Next events coming up. You pretty much said that already.
Mhm.
But still,
Send shout outs to whoever you want to, and we'll pass it around the table.
Oh, yeah. I didn't get to talk about our venue partners. We're located inside of another venue, a collaborative art space called the Rocky Button in South Bend, on Michigan Street. So shout out to the
That's
Rocky
where you're
Button for
at.
partnering with us, all that they do. That was where we moved from the hotel. Shout out to my life partner, Mark, because he's currently stepping in to do a play tonight, like 2 nights before opening night. So that, yeah.
oh,
he's-
he's a second stream.
Yeah.
Good
So,
for
but
him. Good for him.
yeah,
though.
I'm excited for him. It's a good opportunity.
Yes, good for him.
Otherwise he would have been here at least hanging out while
Yeah.
we did this. And my business partner, Aaron, he's brought me a lot of opportunities, a lot of booking opportunities for some pretty big name comics and the experiences that I've gotten in New York. So I think that's and all of the comics that support the Drop Comedy Club and our managers. Like I said, I'm not making money yet, not at least from that job.
Yeah.
And I'm not teaching it anymore. I got to start coming up with some income because I'm just spending the money from the house I sold right now. But thank you to all of the managers and the comics that support the Drop because we couldn't do it without them.
Joe?
Oh, it's on me. Okay. So, for me, I have to say this. Thank you for coming on. And a treat to learn somebody new that I really don't know. I feel like James right now because it's like a new way of learning a new person for me. And for going on for this podcast, it helps us because we get to know who you are, and we'll love to have you come back on. And for what I'm expecting, you're gonna go beyond limits with what you want to do and what you retired from. You're gonna dominate.
Thank you. Thank you.
Your passion of what you had from comedian to teaching to what your new adventure of now not being a comic, but being a producer type. I think you're going to do sky's the limit. So for that, you keep on rocking it out.
I appreciate that. And I would love to come back anytime. I'm glad this worked out.
Thank you for joining us. I appreciate it. Learn some insight on what goes through a comic's mind. So get off your high horse. I see you over there. Thank you for coming on the show. You know what? It's always fun to talk to somebody that's in the comedy business because we don't get a lot of them on the show. We had Zach, and who else did we have? She's the only two. I think they're the only two that's been in the comedy business. Appreciate it so much. Thank you for your stories.
We got to some good ones.
Yeah.
Actually, she's the only one that made it past everybody else.
What?
She made it past everybody else.
What do you mean?
Well, when I say it like that, she had a tour. She had done stuff. She did other stuff. She's out of the little small towns of the local stream. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. She made it to like actually when we said what's that one Laugh Factor?
Factory.
Yeah. Scott said, "Wow, she was on Laugh Factory. That is fucking awesome." So stuff like that, you made it to.
I've been very fortunate.
So
I know
you made
that's
it
you made your definitely made your rounds.
That's where I was.
Thank you. Thank you.
And we do appreciate you coming on. Having you back soon. I hope.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I would love that. Yeah.
And we'll continue from there. All right, guys. Joe, we have Sunday episode, right?
Yeah.
Felipe Woods is joining us. You don't even have to look it up. Yes, I will. He has a surprise for us.
Really?
Not what you think it is.
Damn,
That's a surprise for us.
It's not food.
I talked to him yesterday.
All right. Then on Monday.
Oh yeah, another Monday show. Wow.
Well,
it's moving right
always
along.
do Mondays and Wednesdays, but
yeah, moving right along.
Is Jasmine?
Finally.
Yes, how Brady talked her up so much as a bartender.
You had to have her on.
Yeah.
Okay.
He said, book her. I asked her and she said, yeah, sure, I'll come on. So then it's, oh, wow, I forgot about them. It's a South Haven restaurant called The Taste, where they do small tastes of samples of food that they serve to you.
Make sure you get their names. All right. Guys, for those watching YouTube, again, please subscribe. We're trying to hit that 500 mark for subscribers and make it happen for us. If you could, please and thank you. I want to thank Heather Mae for joining us tonight. Please go check her club out.
Yes.
The Drop Comedy Club in South Bend,
I'm gonna go,
Indiana, and pay her a visit, man. Everybody loves to laugh.
You're gonna go.
Yeah, I want to. I like laughing.
No, I know. We're gonna go.
Yeah.
Awesome.
But till next time, guys. Till Monday. What was it? Monday now? Oh, Sunday. Till Sunday. I'm getting confused, man.
He's
My
the
days
sober
are-
one.
My days are all mixed up. We'll see you guys Sunday night. Shut up, Joe. Jesus fucking Christ.
You said Monday.
All right.
Sunday.
Be quiet. You said enough already. All right, guys, we're getting out of here. Fuck Joe. Fuck everybody else.
Bye.
We'll see you. We'll see you Sunday. All right, guys, we're out of here.